Good evening. Thank you all for being here. I'm Commissioner Mel Terry, also serves as Vice President for the Commission. And so the October 30th, 2024 meeting of the Community Commission for Public Safety and Accountability is called to order. I'll start with giving call of roll. Commissioner Driver, Commissioner Gottlieb, Commissioner Minor, President, Commissioner Presley, Commissioner Malparijo.
Present.
Commissioner, with 6 members of the Community Commission for Public Safety and Accountability present, we'll have a quorum of conducting commission business. Our first order of business is public comment. If you would like to share something related to the commission's work on public safety and accountability, you have a few options. You can speak at a public meeting such as this. You can also submit public comment in writing by emailing your comment to Community Commission Public Comment at cityofchicago.org. Or you can bring a copy of your comment to one of the commission's public meetings and give it to someone on the commission or someone on the commission staff. People who wanted to speak during the public comment period tonight were asked to submit their names in writing earlier tonight. The names have been drawn and we have a list. If your name is called to offer public comment, please approach the microphone, line up in the order in which your name is called. When it's your turn to speak, please say your name, spell your name, and then offer your comments. Each speaker will have 2 minutes, and we do have a timekeeper to ask that you all respect the time. And we have allotted 3 minutes for public comment. So with that being said, I'm going to call the first 3 speakers. Cody Guillory, Beth Rochford, and Jonathan Grace.
I appreciate it. Thank you to come up to speak for my name is Kobe Guillory, that's KOB. And I'm here because I want to implore the commissioners to do whatever is in their power to eliminate traffic stops. For this commission, as part of a vision to transform public safety, part of the movement, as part of the campaign to and so I have several individuals that in the routine. This starts very good. I have a couple 8th grade students. So like this is part of the system. We try to stuff. It's possibilities. So we need to transform that. We need to transform that with policies like the traffic stop policy and with other systems we get established and also make it a shot. Because that is again part of Thank you.
Here to just let you know that again at our last district council meeting, my constituents brought up their concerns about the district. They had many questions for the commander who was present at the meeting, who refused to answer a lot of their questions, which was very disappointing. And the CPU leadership is not able to answer questions, were willing to answer the community's questions. And when the community expressed concern about his loss, arrested, had that person's policing powers taken away. The community was looking for him to say something about that hurting trust of the community towards the police department, and one of their senior leadership is arrested. And the commander just was not able to go there and not able to say that limits trust that the community has. And so that's very concerning to my constituents. So I just wanted to bring that notice that concerns are consent.
Speak to accountability and public safety, as the CCPSA released an outline of consent decree provision, provide transparency on how data can begin to guide the outcomes. Let's get to that. Some recent trends that I moved here from Dallas. Go Cowboys! When it was a white guy from suburb, I was talking to police or friends, or protect, serve and protect. That's what I believe for most of my life. And I worked with the police in Dallas and took a tour of a police training facility where there was this area where they would train, and there was a sign on the wall that said, "Bleed in here so you don't bleed out there." That raises this disconnect between the way that police officers are perceived, the goal of policing, and often how I think police officers perceive all careful. That's a suspicion. Fear. They encounter reports of death, that people that police work with, the public that's perceived as this threat. And when you mix that fear with the people you're supposed to be protecting, good old fashioned American racism. What happens is you have great violence and even death that follows upon that. That's how it gets. Many other things. What I'm hoping to do, guys, is let us start rebuilding trust within the police department, and the community that so often experiences police brutality, violence. We need community and policing based on caring, compassion, love, and justice instead of fear. First, so I heard it from my friends in the Middle Society. Community members need a clear document to respond to an email or written submission in order to have transparent dialogue between CCPSA stakeholders. Let's rebuild trust and accountability. Thank you.
The next speakers are Pastor Will, Jay Miro, Jackson Patton, and I'll also call the last person that we have, Gail Clark.
Yeah, question. Is it possible that they can take them off the mic off so they can talk to it better?
I couldn't hear him over there, bro. Is it just one family? Things that have issues with others, but he doesn't seem like he's on the mic at all. He's over it. Which one is it?
Myself, my name is Joe Newman. I am a student of this. Very committed to Vegas with them. I'm also a member, community member at Hyde Park.
He said it's spotty.
Now, I have been privileged to never have been stopped by CPSA. But I'm here to speak on behalf of the Black and Latino members of my community, my church, and my neighborhood that surround, and the neighborhood that surrounds mine, that fear every day, not if, but when it should happen. And so I take this Sunday to implore the board to make a traffic stop consent decree provision, which outlines a robust policy to one, limit low color stops that have no consent. Two, eliminate pretextual stops as a practice. And three, end suspicionless consent searches. Once such a policy is enacted by the board, I ask them to also hold CPD accountable by implementing a form to data-driven measures and make that data available to you. I thank you all for your service and I encourage you to do this caused by contextual crimes.
Good evening. I live in District 9 in Baton. I am a blue collar worker. I am tested, and I love this city. Like anyone else who's trying to work and survive, I'm concerned about the violence in my neighborhood and things wrong with it. The assumption is that the police force exists to reduce violence and risk for the neighborhood. So when I hear sirens and I see blue lights, I don't feel
What's your value?
so presence feels like another
Okay, people, that's probably what they're trying to.
And then I probably have mine at
I want to see
Or had to hear about it, Zoom about.
we can turn them up.
I want there to be collaboration from all of us in creating this relationship. I would like to see an outline of the consent decree made public. And transparency about how the outline. I want a decree that is written by the actual neighbor. And I want
It's too cheap.
this very
Peaceful.
and designed to reduce harm to our community and
It's just a
I have discovered not the right party envelopes on my which know that the city does well enforcing fines for violations like expired registrations without a police confrontation. And there must be a provision to prevent police from conducting a vehicle search without probable cause. This way we can create trust and safety.
Fine, thank you. So we had one more speaker, Gail. Are you rescinding? Okay, thank you. So we've reached the end of the public comment period. Thank you again to all the speakers. We truly do value your input. Our next order of business is to introduce the seventh commissioner of the Community Commission for Public Safety and Accountability. On September 18th, the City Council voted to appoint Angel Rubino Navarro, to the commission. I'd like to welcome Angel and give him an opportunity to introduce himself to the public.
Thank you very much, Vice President Terry. Hi, everybody. My name is Angel or Angel Rubina Barico. I am a Northside resident, currently live in Portage Park. I was born in Guatemala originally. I immigrated to the United States when I was 4 years old and have grown up here ever since. Like I said, I grew up in Albany Park, the Northwest Side. I attended Loyola for my undergrad, and I'm the current director of constituent services for the 48th Ward Alderwoman. My experience consists of working for elected officials in different levels of government. I've had the pleasure to work at every level of government and I've worked for a total of 8, doing community outreach, legislative work, communications work, and I look forward to hearing everybody's feedback. I really do want to come into this work with open-minded to hear people's ideas and feedback about what's important to you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege of representing you all here in this commission. And I really do look forward to working with all the stakeholders, our officers, COPA, the police board, and everybody who's involved to make the community safer. And I'm really excited about the work ahead, although I know there are challenges. I'm very optimistic. In collaboration in the community, we will get through it. So I'm very optimistic, and I look forward to meeting you all in the next few years too, to be exact. Thank you very much, everyone, and for your patience as well. I understand this wasn't easy for the commissioner or others, but I thank you. So I look forward to serving you all next.
The next order of business is the approval of the minutes. So before today's meeting, draft minutes of the commission's meeting held on September 26th and October 9th were shared with all commissioners. Are there any corrections to the draft minutes that have been circulated? Okay, there are no corrections. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the commission meetings held on September 26th and October 9th?
So moved.
Second. Commissioner Navarro has moved to approve the minutes of the commission's September 26th and October 9th meetings. Commissioner Minor has seconded. Is there any debate on the motion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. So those in favor of adopting the motion to approve the minutes of the commission's September 26th and October 9th meetings, please signal by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, please say no. The ayes have it and the motion carries. The minutes are approved. Our next order of business will be new business. We can begin with motions to fill vacancies to the district councils. So pardon me as I read, but I have to read our ordinance. Under state law, when there is a vacancy in an elected position in Chicago, the mayor has the power to fill the vacancy. But under city ordinance, when there is a vacancy for an elected district council position, the district council and a commission also play a role in filling the vacancy. Under Chicago Municipal Code, section 2-80-070, where there is a vacancy in a district council, the existing members of the district council have 30 days to nominate 3 candidates for the vacancy to the commission. The commission then has a total of 60 days from the creation of the vacancy to select one of these candidates to recommend to the mayor for appointment to the district council. Then the mayor chooses someone to fill the vacancy. I will begin by discussing our recommendations to fill 3 district council vacancies. 1 on the 2nd district council, 1 on the 17th district council, and 1 on the 24th district council. Pursuant to the law I described, the remaining members of each of the 3 district councils held an application process and interviews for candidates to fill the vacancy. The remaining councilors worked diligently to ensure wide promotion of the application opportunity and a careful process for reviewing qualified candidates. The commission thanks the remaining members of the district council 2, 17, and 24 for their hard work in raising awareness about the vacancy and vetting candidates to join their respective councils to serve their districts. After completing their review of qualified applicants, the remaining councilors of each of the councils voted in public meetings to nominate 3 candidates for the respective vacancies. The names then went to the commission for consideration. The commission reviewed the application materials for all candidates, 3 for each vacancy. The commission also conducted interviews of all candidates. Before proceeding to recommendation, the commission thanks all of the candidates for applying to serve on their local district councils. For those we do not select for recommendation, we hope you will stay involved in the work of CCPSA. So for the second DC vacancy, we will move on the vacancy to District Council 2. Is there a motion to recommend to the mayor a candidate to fill the vacancy in the second district council? Thank you so much. I would that the commission recommend that the mayor Mark Quinn to fill the district council 2 vacancies. Mark Quinn has 10+ years of community organizing, advocacy, and service with such organizations as Watch for Chicago, Council Martial Arts, Free Women's Self-Protection Program, and the Right to Wellness. As an educator, he has an extensive career as a martial arts instructor, youth mentor, and boxing coach for a variety of Chicago elementary and high schools, along with other nonprofits.
Seconded.
Commissioner Minor has moved to recommend that the mayor appoint Marquette McDonald to fill the vacancy on the second district council, and Commissioner Navarino has seconded. Is there any debate on the motion? Hearing no further debate, we will move to a vote. Those in favor of adopting a motion to recommend that the mayor appoint Marquette McDonald to fill the vacancy on the second district council, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it and the motion carries. Congratulations, Marquette McDonald. You send your name to the office of the mayor for Mayor Johnson to consider electing and appointing for the second district council. So now we're moving on to the 17th district council vacancy. Now we will share more on the vacancy on the district council 17. Is there a motion to recommend to the mayor a candidate to fill the vacancy in the 17th district council?
I move that the commission recommend that the mayor appoint Grace Patino to fill the district council position for the district council 17 vacancy. Grace regularly attends 17th district council monthly meetings. She's also been involved with community accountability work since 2017 with the Chicago Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression. As a volunteer, she worked to pass empowering communities for public safety ordinance and served on their steering committee, their steering and executive committee as their treasurer. Grace also has extensive people and advocacy experience through her work as a leader.
This sounds wonderful.
Commissioner Presley has moved to recommend that the mayor appoint Grace Patino to fill the vacancy on the 17th district council. And Commissioner Gottlieb has seconded. Is there any debate on the motion? Hearing no further debate, we will move to a vote. Those in favor of adopting the motion to recommend that the mayor appointment Grace Patino to fill the vacancy on the 17th district council, please signal by saying aye. Those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it and the motion carries. Congratulations, Grace Patino. We will send your name to the office of the mayor for Mayor Johnson to consider selecting an appointment to the 17th district council. With the majority, Now we shall move to the vacancy on District Council 24. Is there a motion to recommend to the mayor the candidate to fill the vacancy
I
in
think
the
I know what's
24th
wrong.
district?
Yes, I move that the commission recommend that the mayor, Keo Jean Joseph, to fill the district council 24 vacancy. Keo is a 40th ward resident, district manager with the Lighthouse. Since 2020, he has coordinated POA projects and programs with the Lighthouse Institute. They use motivational interviewing to understand what drives the client's desire for change and creates action plans to support. For that, Keo was to be Evanston YMCA's member relations and community engagement sessions, developing partnerships.
Second. Commissioner Gottlieb has moved to recommend that mayor appoint Keo Jean Joseph to fill the vacancy on the 24th District Council, and Commissioner Minor has seconded. Is there any debate on the motion? Hearing no further debate, we will move to a vote. Those in favor of adopting the motion to recommend that the mayor appoint Keo Jean Joseph to fill the vacancy on the 24th District Council, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, please say nay. Congratulations, Keo Jean Joseph. We will send your name to the office of the mayor for the Mayor Johnson to consider selecting an appointment to the 24th District Council vacancy. Now we shall move on to consider an amendment to the bylaws. Commissioner Navarino.
Thank you. The CCPSA ordinance establishes the commission's responsibility to create certain operational policies and procedures for the commission. The commission has established bylaws that are posted on our website. Today, I will present the amendment to the bylaws which the commission received ahead of this meeting. This amendment makes a clarifying correction to the terms of the NAC members. It removes language that provides that their terms run concurrently with the president and vice president. This correction was necessary because it will allow for subsequent commissions to engage in a full application, vetting, and interview process necessary to thoughtfully fill these positions. Removal of the concurrent terms language is also gives the NAC members who are appointed by the interim commission full 2-year terms, which will expire in January of 2025.
Are there any questions on the amendment? Seeing no further questions, is there a motion?
I'm gonna mess this up, so, in accordance with MCC 2-80-050, I move to adopt the proposed amendment to the bylaws.
Second.
Commissioner Gottlieb has moved to adopt the amendment to the bylaws, and Commissioner Gottlieb has seconded. Is there any debate on the motion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Those in favor of adopting the motion to adopt the proposed bylaws as amended, please signal by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it, and the motion carries. Our next order of business will be a presentation by the Chicago Police Department on district strategic plan model. To present this information, I would like to welcome Community Policing Director Glen Brooks to present.
I'm on here on behalf of students now, and I would like to present regarding our update. So we want to present a couple of things regarding the goals. And our quarterly updates to the CCPSA provided the district's plan and quarterly updates for both the first and second quarter. Another goal of the superintendent report was to complete a comprehensive review of all past programs. Calls here. Can they hear us online? Want to make sure. We're good. Thank you. Again, the superintendent finished report to get a comprehensive review of all past programs. So, rather than separating these projects, the department has included a review of its district strategic plans, along with a capital assessment in the how a total. The comprehensive assessment, all of our community engagement and community engagement sessions, both for the CCPSA and members of the public. If you are interested in attending, we will post or send all of the public dates to the commission for distribution among different council members and members of the public. However, in terms of our distribution plan, we've included all the different councils and invited all the councils in the plan. It's important to know that it's in October. However, every single district will have at least 2 rounds of sessions for the public input in those district plans. Those plans are designed to address the district's not only crime problems, but it can also look for strategies that are for the council. Additionally, we posted all of those meetings on not only the district social media, but it's also provided as our police website on the find all of those meetings forward.
I don't wanna, I guess she can give me the audience one, but I don't know if that one's gonna work. Wait a minute, I don't even see the audience. It looks like, give him one more. He's done. Well.
So our next order of business will be reports and updates. We will begin by discussing Q3 goals for the Chicago Police Department, the Civilian Office for Police Accountability, and the Police Board. Commissioner Minor will provide an update on the CPD goals.
The commission received the CPD Q3 goals deliverables, which includes an update on the workforce allocation study and an update on the civilianization post-hiring periods. Per CP, the workforce allocation study is almost ready to launch. The city, CPD, the commercial club, and the funders are wrapping up negotiations on roles, processes, and reporting. Additionally, the commercial club must pass a resolution approving the spending of the workforce allocation study. Per CPD, the resolution should be approved and finalized in the coming weeks. CPD has begun internal work on the study by informing relevant CPD units of data that will be needed for assessment and analysis upon the study's launch. Civilianization efforts have currently been halted by the city's hiring freeze. For applicants that were in the hiring process, CPD can still proceed with hiring. However, new applications are not. CPD is working on new district strategic plan for 2025, and districts are currently soliciting feedback from communities through community conversations on what should be included in those plans. In the commission's quarterly meeting with the superintendent, CPD committed to specifically engaging with the district councils in planning efforts. Tonight, we heard from Director Glen Brooks. We've heard from Director Glen Brooks on what is included in the district strategic plans, the department's plan for community engagement on those plans, and how the department intends to use the information moving forward. CPD is undertaking a community policing assessment. The Civic Consulting Alliance and an outside consulting agency is performing the study and has begun the community engagement stages. Several community-based organizations have been contacted to assist with the outreach phase of the assessment.
Thank you, Commissioner Minor. Are there any questions or comments from the commission on the CPD goals? Thank you. Next, Commissioner Presley will provide an update on COPA goals.
Thank you. The COPA Gold team met with Chief Kirsten on October 16th to get updates on the 2024 goals, and we began discussing 2025 goals. The following are some of the highlights of that discussion. The commission established a goal for COPA in 2024 to work collaboratively to develop internal guidance and policy revisions to improve COPA's consistency in several areas, including but not limited to disciplinary recommendations. This quarter, COPA began to pilot parts of the newly drafted disciplinary recommendation guidance that was submitted to the independent monitoring team in the 10th reporting period. COPA staff developed and implemented a preliminary training for select supervisors and investigators on how to consider aggravating and mitigating factors when making disciplinary recommendations. We look forward to providing an update on this at future meetings once internal training is completed and an assessment of the program can be completed. COPA's new mediation director, Deja Muhammad, joined COPA in August and is collaborating with internal and external stakeholders to develop a comprehensive mediation policy with strong community input. On October 24th, Commissioner Gottlieb, along with several DCs, had an opportunity to meet with Director Muhammad and discuss ways in which we can work together. This was an extremely productive meeting, and we look forward to our continued collaboration with Director Muhammad. Chief Kirsten informed commissioners that the Policy Research and Planning Division, PRAD, is now fully staffed. COPA filled the 2 vacant data scientist positions that will enable the unit to better utilize quantitative data to identify patterns of misconduct through data anomalies and other trends. Identifying pattern and practice in misconduct is incredibly important. The commission will continue to put a strong emphasis on this as we work on both 2024 and 2025 goals with COPA.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Presley. Are there any questions or comments from the commission related to the COPA goals? Thank you. Next, we will have Commissioner Navarrijo provide an update on the police board goals.
Thank you. The police board continues to work towards the completion of its 2024 goals that are not impacted by the arbitration ruling. A key component has been to schedule more training around consistency in rulings on cases. This will continue to be important as the police board will be onboarding 3 new members in the near future. Another key goal for the police board was to encourage greater community engagement around its work. The partnership with CAN TV continues to be a success. The police board also continues to be a place where the community can provide feedback on issues regarding the police board of accountability in general.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Navarrijo. Do we have any questions related to the police board goals? Okay. The next order of business is police board nominations. Commissioner Presley will discuss the police board nominations.
As we have reported in earlier commission meetings, the commission has been working to fulfill the commission's role under CCPSA Ordinance Chapter 2-80-080, specifically as it pertains to identify qualified candidates to present to the mayor in order to fill police board vacancies. The law gives the commission responsibility for nominating candidates to serve on the police board. The mayor has the final say on who's on the board, but the mayor can only choose from the list created by the commission. On October 9th, at a special meeting, the commission voted to recommend Stephen Block for reappointment to the board, and the commission recommended the following individuals for 3 open seats: Valencia Ahmad, Cynthia Velasquez, Deborah Dyer Webster, Chris Griffin, Tyler Hall, Arlette Porter, and Jack Stefanik. Pursuant to municipal code, within 30 days or by November 9th, the mayor shall select a candidate for each of the 4 vacancies or reject the candidates and provide the commission with a written explanation which the commission shall make publicly available no later than 3 business days after receipt. Police board appointments are subject to the advice and consent of City Council. We would like to thank Vice President Paula Wolf and board members Nanette Dorley and Marilee Cusack for their service to the police board.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Presley. The next order of business is the Non-Citizen Advisory Council. Commissioner Navarro will provide an update.
Thank you. The commissioner will be opening up the application for its non-citizen advisory council soon. The Non-Citizen Advisory Council, or NAC, advises the commission on a number of public safety matters to ensure that perspectives and experiences of Chicago residents who are not U.S. citizens are reflected and incorporated into the commission's work. Anyone can apply if you're a Chicago resident who is not a U.S. citizen or undocumented, or if you work on behalf of Chicago residents who are not U.S. citizens. The commission will be sharing more information about the application process in the next couple of weeks.
Thank you, Commissioner Navarro. The next order of business is a review of the confidentiality of closed meetings. The Open Meetings Act says that each public body must review closed meeting session minutes at the latter of 6 months from the date of the last review of closed session minutes. At such meetings, a determination shall be made and reported in an open session that 1, the need for confidentiality still exists as to all or part of those minutes, or 2, that the minutes or portions thereof no longer require confidential treatment and are available for public inspection. As a result, that review, we have determined that closed meeting minutes for the following meetings shall remain confidential: September 18th, 2023, March 21st, July 12th, September 6th, and September 20th. The next order of business is traffic stops update from myself and Commissioner Gottlieb. So the independent monitor for the Chicago Police Department consent decree has recommended that traffic stops be included in the consent decree. That would give the Illinois Attorney General and the independent monitor a role in reviewing traffic stop policy and in potentially making changes to traffic stop policy. The commission's view is that if traffic stops are included in the consent decree, the commission must play a significant role. That would include a significant role in exploring any potential changes to CPD policy related to traffic stops. The independent monitor recently issued recommendations saying that traffic stops should be included in the consent decree and agreeing with the commission's position that the commission should then play a significant role. The commission has established an ad hoc working group consisting of myself and Commissioner Gottlieb to lead the discussions related to how we will retain CCPSA's policy-making authority if and or when the matter is incorporated into the consent decree. As part of this process, the commission has provided a detailed plan regarding what our role in the consent decree process should be to CPD, the City Department of Law, and the Illinois Office of Attorney General. We held a meeting with the City of Department of Law and the Illinois Office of Attorney General earlier this month to discuss that plan. Those conversations are still ongoing, and we are advocating for a series of meetings in November and December so that all parties can resolve whether traffic stops will be incorporated into the consent decree, and if so, what exactly the commission's role will be.
As we continue our discussions about traffic stops, we want to ensure that our input is centered in the community and its experiences. The commission will continue its extensive community engagement process regarding traffic stops with a dedicated listening session in December. This and future listening sessions will be held in different areas throughout the city, with an emphasis placed on communities where the data indicate that traffic stops happen disproportionately compared to other areas in the city. Additionally, this working group, along with commission staff, has been analyzing and synthesizing the best research available to identify national traffic stops, best practices to assess how CPD's practices compare. This information, combined with the feedback that we received directly from the community and the commission, will be used to identify all the commission's options for the paths forward regarding traffic stops. We will use the information to consider potential policy changes, potential goals for the CPD superintendent for next year, potential language incorporating traffic stops into the consent decree, and any other traffic stops related actions that we may want to consider. We are advocating for a quick turnaround on this, meaning that by the end of the year, we want to have clarity about the plan for getting traffic stops into the consent decree and the commission's role in that work. As soon as those issues are resolved, we want to work towards next actions. We will be providing updates regarding the commission's work on traffic stops at all our meetings.
Are there any questions related to this?
Yes, so I'd just like to add a comment to the narrative on traffic stops. It's been said a lot tonight. I want to be super clear, and I'm speaking for myself only, that this commission has not made a decision, nor have we taken a public vote that we are moving to change CPD's traffic stop policy. I think there's a little bit of confusion about that, so I want that to be super clear. Also, as we reach out for public comment and input related to traffic stops, again, speaking for myself, I would like to encourage anyone, be they in this room or watching this video, that when we say community input, it doesn't mean one specific perspective. So if you, for instance, happen to be a person who's seen traffic stops be a useful tool to police in your community, we want your feedback too. And I want to make sure that's super clear as we endeavor on these public listening sessions on traffic stops. And any decision on traffic stop policy would be made publicly via a vote from this body.
Thank you, Commissioner Wortham. Are there any other questions or comments related to this topic? The next order of business is an update regarding the prohibited associations within the Chicago Police Department. So Commissioner Minor, Commissioner Navarrijo, and I spoke with Deputy Mayor Gary and Gatewood earlier this month on the work that the Office of Community Safety has been doing to prevent extremism in the Chicago Police Department's ranks. Deputy Mayor Gatewood informed commissioners that his office was working with the Office of Equity and Racial Justice to determine the administration's next step. Deputy Mayor Gatewood agreed to include the commission in those discussions moving forward. Commissioners Minor and I will also be attending a town hall on November 10th to speak on a panel discussing the work that the commission has done to address this issue of extremism in the Chicago Police Department. Next, Commissioner Wortham will provide an update from the CPD Policy Working Group.
Thank you. So Commissioner Terry and I have been working on the Chicago Police Department Policy Work Group. We've been working with the Chicago Police Department on several policies, both already one already implemented, two already implemented, one in draft. So we'll start with GO 111, which is the policy that clarifies the Chicago Police Department's relationship with the CCPSA and the related engagement with CCPSA and the Chicago Police Department. So we've been going back and forth with drafts. We received the most recent draft from the Chicago Police Department on September 17th. We then gathered feedback on that. Commissioner Terry and I had an opportunity to meet with district counselors at their quarterly meeting and talk through feedback from district counselors on this general order, which was really helpful. And we really appreciate all of that feedback. So we then met with the Chicago Police Department and are just waiting for kind of their response to our response. And so once we get that draft, we'll meet again to try and refine the policy and get this finalized. Also, in addition to the GO 111, there's a resource guide developed with this policy that'll be a training guide for the district counselors, sorry about that, Angel, and the district command staff, just to, again, kind of give a guide for how the relationship should work, expectations for both sides, and hopefully make things move smoothly and be effective per our mission here. We also have requested from the Chicago Police Department information about the implementation of GO 803. That's the prohibitions on criminal and biased associations, which the interim commission did a lot of work on to get implemented in or go into effect in June of 2024. So once we have an opportunity to meet with the department on that, Commissioner Terry and I will discuss any feedback or what we're able to share so we understand the implementation of that general order. And then finally, We are also reviewing GO 806, which is the prohibitions on sexual misconduct, the policy suite on police encounters and the Fourth Amendment, and the policy suite on gang and narcotics-related loitering. So we are looking at that order, or that suite of orders as well, to figure out both what feedback we might want to offer, as well as how that suite of general orders plays into a lot of the discussions that we're having on other issues in the community. So, questions or comments? Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Wortham. Are there any questions, comments? All right. Next, I will provide an update on the CPD budget. So the commission received CPD's proposed 2025 budget today and has begun reviewing the proposed budget for our annual report and recommendations. A representative from CPD will be presenting on their budget priorities at the commission's November meeting, so make sure you're in attendance. If you have any feedback on CPD's 2025 budget or how the department should be prioritizing its spending, please use the QR code to share your thoughts. I'm gathering it's behind me. Yes, it's there. Please use the QR code, share your thoughts with the commission. So are there any questions from the commission related to this topic? Seeing no further comments or questions, we will move on to our next update, and I'm turning it over to Commissioner Presley.
Thank you. As some of you may know, tomorrow will serve as my last day as a commissioner with the Commission for Public Safety and Accountability. Yep. I think it's important to say that I fully applied for this position and took this position with the intent to serve out my full term. But I will say that God sometimes laughs at your plans, and he did. And so I moved outside of the city earlier this month. So I'm so grateful to have worked with this commission and our staff. I will tell you from experience, these people work incredibly hard behind the scenes. The work they do is certainly doesn't go unnoticed from our part, but maybe goes unnoticed from the public. And so I want to give public credit to our commission staff and our commissioners, because they are incredible in the work that they do in order to prepare for these meetings and prepare to push our goals forward is really significant. I consider it an honor to have been appointed to this commission. I consider it an even greater honor to have the privilege to serve with this commission. These people are really dedicated. I think that they've made me a better lawyer, a better person, a better advocate, and they are really doing work to make this city better for all of its residents. So I am sad to leave. I am still committed to the work, and I just want to say thank you to my team and the commission for their support as I move on to this next chapter of my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Presley. You know, we are so saddened by your departure, but we will definitely miss you, and I'm definitely gonna miss my West Side sister. West Side all day, you already know.
All day.
But I do want to give the floor to any other commissioners if you had any questions or anything you want to say.
I promised Commissioner Presley that I was going to cry in public today about this. I'm not going to quite cry, but no, seriously, I just will say this is a loss for us. I actually do believe it's a loss for the commission. I believe it is a loss for the city. But as I told Commissioner Presley privately, I'll just say publicly, you know, you got to live your life. You got to be happy and do what's right for you. I very much believe that for all of us. And so as sad as I am to see you go, you know that I mean that. I'm very happy for you, because go live your life, girlfriend. So, you know, good luck, and we will try very hard not to fill your shoes, because I don't think that's realistic, but to find a good person to step into your shoes. So congratulations, and thank you for everything that you've done in this very short time for us and for the city. I appreciate you.
Yeah, so this isn't always the case, but I agree wholeheartedly with Commissioner Wortham. Uh, Don't get used to it. No, but no, I think this is definitely a loss, Commissioner Presley, and we'll definitely miss you, but I agree, like ultimately, this just seems like an incredible opportunity for you, and that's what's most important. So I am, despite how much we're gonna miss you and your voice, I'm just grateful that you have this opportunity for yourself. So anyway.
Thank you for your mentorship. As I was coming on board, you made yourself available. Goes to speak to the type of leadership that you brought to this commission. And yeah, I want to echo what everybody else is saying. I'm happy for you that you're going to be happy, and we won't forget about you. And yeah, just thank you for being so open. So yeah, good luck to you.
Commissioner Presley, I just want to say you will definitely be missed. I feel like I found a big sister in you, honestly. You are an amazing co-collaborator, and I am definitely sad to see you go, but I'm super excited to see you flourish. Honestly, I really appreciate you for always trying to make yourself available to get the work done. I know that it's difficult sometimes on the commission to balance all of the things that we do, especially for our lawyers, because you're lawyers, right? But also in this space. So I just want to appreciate your commitment and your availability. Thank you, and you'll be missed.
And earlier today, we did give Commissioner Presley a certificate of service, so she'll always remember us. Yes, please give her another round of applause because we really are going to miss her. Thank you so much. So now I have to get back to business. All right, so with Commissioner Presley's resignation from the commission, that means it creates a vacancy. And so Commissioner Presley fulfilled two key legal requirements for the commission, meeting the requirement of having a minimum of 10 years as a practicing attorney with significant experience in civil rights, civil liberties, or criminal law, and representing the west side of Chicago as mandated by the commission's geographic residency requirements. The nominating committee is accepting applications until November 6th, 2024. After the deadline, the committee will thoroughly review all submissions, conduct interviews with selected finalists, and nominate at least 2 individuals for the vacancy on the commission. Once nominated, the mayor will select 1 individual to serve on the commission from those nominated by the committee. For more information about the nominating committee and an application criteria, please visit the CCPSA website at cityofchicago.org/Chicago Community Commission. Any inquiries or comments can be directed to commission.nomination@cityofchicago.org. So if you haven't applied or know someone eligible, please encourage them to apply. So now we're getting to the end. To connect with the commission via social media, you can find us at Facebook, Chicago CCPSA, or search Community Commission for Public Safety and Accountability on Instagram, Twitter, and even YouTube. We're CCPSA_Chicago for Instagram and Twitter, and just without the underscore for YouTube. The commission's next regular meeting will be Thursday, November 14th at 6:30 at Malcolm X College. Is there any further business before the commission? Okay.
I'm gonna miss y'all.
So classy, so demure.
All right, so I just want to, so as part of the community engagement work group, one thing we've been working on is increasing our communication back and forth with district counselors. And I see some district counselors here and I want to acknowledge that. But also through that increased communication, it's become readily, I mean, I already felt like I knew this, but it's become readily apparent to me how important the work of district counselors is and how great a job they're doing and how different the challenges are depending on where you are in the city. So I just want to lift that up. And I'm looking forward to our continued collaboration.
Hello. So we did not plan this, but this is actually kind of related. It's going to be a different road on the same highway, but so we took some votes tonight on district council vacancies. We all voted, I believe, the way we believe best served the residents of Chicago. That's what I did. I'm sure that's what my fellow commissioners did, but it was important for me to say this. You know, I am sure this is not the last time we will be tasked with filling vacancies because life happens. District councilors, you know, will maybe not serve their terms. It's really important to me to say this. There is no monopoly on perspective for this commission or for our district councils. I'm going to be super frank because that's who I am. When we come to our meetings in public comment, we generally hear one perspective on things, which is fine because I actually respect your perspective. But what I really would like to make sure residents of Chicago know, even if they're not sitting in this room, but I'm so glad we film all of our meetings, is that you don't have to have a certain perspective to be a part of this work. To be frank, you can be a supporter of law enforcement. You can be a supporter of the Chicago Police Department and believe they are a very vital function of our public safety infrastructure and apply for the district council and apply for the commission were we to have a vacancy. And I just really wanted to say that because I know we took votes here and there, you know, people might wonder why people voted a different way. If I look at the ordinance, which I brought so I could make sure I was really specific, under the district council portion of the ordinance, A1, the purpose of district councils is to, 1, build connections between the police and the community. The police are the members of our Chicago Police Department. So when I am voting on vacancies, I am looking for people who enter this work with a willingness to meet the goal. And that is the #1 goal. And of course, there are other things. And all of you who know me know my other #1 goal is public safety. So I am looking for people who, regardless of the perspective, are willing to do the work to do that. And so I just want anyone who ever hears me say this, you don't have to believe what you hear on the public comment, or you can believe what you hear on the public comment. All are welcome to this work if you believe we deserve a safer city, because that's what I'm looking for when I vote for people who apply for vacancies. And it was very important for me to say that tonight. So thank you. You guys don't have to clap for me. Thank you. I see you in the back. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Wortham. I just have a couple, some things were marinating in my head, while we were, is this working?
Yeah.
Okay, some things were marinating in my head. First of all, a comment regarding the extremism policy. The background of my work has been really on the ground, working in different wards and different districts. And one of the things that I hear a lot from officers is that they feel as if this policy goes against their ability to politically be active. And I just want to say that extremism affects all spectrums in politics. It doesn't have a particular side. Extremism affects the integrity of institutions and to the members of which they're willing to serve in an equitable and equal way. So I just want to say that extremism isn't just on one particular side of a political spectrum. The second thing that I had was I'd be curious to know from the community policing perspective on how is it that mechanisms of outreach toward district councils are done. And I say that because it depends. I feel like the strength of that outreach depends on the strength of each individual CAPS office, and some are stronger than others. And so how are we making sure that we're measuring it in a way that we could give best practices maybe to some of those districts that don't have strong engagement or outreach strategies. So those are the only comments that I had that were marinating in my head, and I just wanted those to be on the record. Thank you.
Thank you all. Okay. Is there any further business before the commission? Okay. Seeing none, I would like to thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope to see you on November 14th at Malcolm X, and we hope you will stay engaged and encourage other people you know to join us in this work. With there being no further business before the commission, this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you. Sorry, I haven't been so busy catching up.